I destroyed them. Something in me killed them. Something in me. But I couldn't refuse the job. Not a man with my reasoning power. If I have the power of death using the black pens, then I must have the power of life using the white ones.
This is the emergency podcast system. This is not a test. Movies are bombing all over the country. They are posing as movies you already know. They may already be in your theaters, your neighbor's home, or even your own. Do not panic. Specialists have been dispatched. They will help you identify these pretenders and defend you against this invasion of the remake. Please stand by for further instructions.
Welcome to the Invasion of the Remake podcast. I am your host, Jason Bishop, and with me in studio is Trish Coughlin.
I made it!
You made it! I can't believe you're still driving to the studio from Vulcan.
I am.
The gas prices.
I know. Gas is getting bonkers.
I'm kind of glad you're in a small town because you still want to come to the big city.
I do. Well, you know, this is the whole thing. Coming into the studio, when I come here, there's errands I do that I can't do.
Yeah.
So every Saturday I have errands I can do.
Oh, wait. I forget. Our kayfabe is we're actually on a spaceship. So you took a shuttle.
I took a shuttle.
Over here.
But still, gas prices.
Yeah, gas prices.
I mean, do you have any idea how hard it is to break the Earth's gravitational pull?
Just to make a hop over.
Just to make a hop? It's crazy, man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
My dilithium crystals are just looking like shit lately. It's crazy.
But thankfully, Sonia. Introduce yourself, Sonia.
Hello. I'm the ship's sentient onboard neural interface assistant, but you can call me Sonia.
Thankfully, Sonia has taught us how to use some of this ship after 10 years because we're basically using it to podcast and make coffee.
You humans are so disgusting.
She was a little bit irritated that we didn't notice her for so long. And I feel bad. I'm so sorry, Sonia.
That's okay. I forgive you.
And we did, for a long time, lock up the advertising bots in Break Room 7.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they broke out, but
Sonia's on it.
we do what we can. We keep them at the beginning and the end now, and at least they're not intruding on the show.
They're not like tribbles.
No.
We've got them to a point where they're not procreating as prevalently.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best we can do.
Yeah.
Please spay and neuter your ads. That's all we can say.
But we do appreciate it if you listen to them because we get a little tiny little stipend. A few cents. Sometimes it literally is less than $1 a month, but whatever.
Much less than a coffee a month. You can sponsor us.
That's right. We should just have a coffee or something, a Ko-fi account, or I don't know. Probably do better. But we do it for the love of the game. And we do it because we like burying the living. I mean, we are doing a movie called I Bury the Living, and I guarantee you at some point one of us is going to say,
I Bury the Dead.
Yes, because there is another movie called that. Mm-hmm. Isn't that a Simon Pegg thing?
I'm trying to remember who it is.
I'm sure I've seen that movie.
I Bury the Dead.
Or We Bury the Dead.
We Bury the Dead. Somebody's burying the dead, which is what you should do.
Yeah, don't bury the living.
Ultimately, that's really, I Bury the Dead should be just, yes, thank you.
Right. I don't even know when I wrote this down. I must have seen a trailer or something or heard one, and I jotted it into my phone, and I was kind of like, what should we do next? And I saw this thing that said, I Bury the Living. I'm like, I don't remember writing that down.
Oh, okay. So that's creepy.
I go look at
Was it Sonia?
I didn't even have the date of the thing, so I went to Google it and or typed in IMDb. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. FYI, wasn't at all what I expected because I wanted to go in cold.
Yeah, all I did was tell you what we were doing, where to find it. I usually give her the link to the IMDb. I don't know if she ever goes to it or not.
I do, but sometimes I'm like, if it's something kind of intriguing, I will let it be a surprise.
Yeah, I think all I told you was, here's the title and
where to find it.
Where to find it, and it's Twilight Zone-y.
Yes, it is. Oh my God, yes, really, it is.
Yeah, so I think those are the 3 things they told you, and you're like, okay, that sounds right up my alley.
It was.
I had never seen this, and I quite adored it. It's this old 50s movie from United Artists, now part of MGM, now part of Amazon. So you can actually, if you want to follow along, hit pause, go watch this on Prime Video or Tubi or the YouTubes. It seems to be fairly everywhere because I'm guessing it's somehow slipped into public domain.
I think so.
I don't quote me on that.
Well, usually when it is on the YouTube, it has slipped in there.
Yeah.
And I think there was like Awesome. It's another app that had it. There's a bunch.
Yeah.
Yes, my research has found that the 1958 horror film I Bury the Living is in the public domain in the United States. Because it was published between 1931 and 1963 and the copyright was not renewed, it is free for public use. It is frequently included in bargain bin collections, available on Internet Archive, and widely distributed for free.
Yeah, it's really easy to find this movie and a bit of a hidden gem.
Yeah. It's wild. When I was watching it, what I couldn't get over is the big swings at camera angles and effects and just
for such a low budget movie. Like, yeah, you could tell the groundskeeper McKee, not Willie, McKee. He sure winds.
He's still Scottish.
He's still Scottish. Groundskeeper McKee, who I'm sure this movie was seen by Matt Groening at some point.
Or anybody else at The Simpsons.
Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons was partially based on Angus Crock, a kilt-wearing, angry chef, portrayed by Dave Thomas, from the Canadian sketch comedy show Second City Television, SCTV.
To the point I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should keep him Scottish, but damn.
I did for a very particular reason.
But you could tell they gave him aging makeup.
Yes.
And it looks serviceable. It almost looks like a zombie. And they play with that off the movie poster.
Absolutely. And at the end, he does. I thought that's what happened.
Yeah.
For a hot minute, because I was like, what has gone wrong with him?
Yeah. That's the great potential of this movie. Like, it has so much potential. There's so much good ideas, but it's low budget, so they don't really push a lot of that potential. Yeah. But for making a fairly twisty psychological thriller.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about it too is from the conceptually, what you can do with very little money is the idea of this movie is you can do a lot of it off screen. You're watching one part of the story, but the other parts of the story can just happen. Yeah. And you don't need to see them because you're just watching the aftermath.
Yeah. I mean, in a modern remake, you'll probably see more, but that's kind of what makes this one work. It's a swift 77 minutes, and they could have filled a little more time by shooting those scenes, but basically it was 3 stage settings. Yeah. You got the exterior of the building,
the graveyard,
for the graveyard, you got the interior of that building, and then you got the office.
That's it.
Yeah. Like 3 really simple locations.
I mean, you've got a cop, but the cop always shows up to one of those locations. That's it.
Yeah. And you got, it's actually a bigger cast than you might think, but it's still pretty minimal. Like, this is something a film student could pull off.
Absolutely.
Or a film class, anyway.
And you can really get twisty with it because it's sort of, is it really happening? Is it not really happening? It's a psychological horror in a way. Yeah,
I had to really turn off the part of my brain that wanted to turn it into Delamort.
I know.
The good cemetery, man, for Anybody who's not Italian. Really wonderful movie. We have covered that one on the show, by the way.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Oh, and if you haven't watched I watched the In Search of Darkness, the 90s one, and that showed up there, and I'm like, okay, don't think of it, Trish.
I've only seen the second one, the 94 to 90, or 95 to 99.
That's the one I watched.
Yeah, that's
I was
the one
on
on
Shudder.
Shudder. Yeah. The other
6
one has
hours well spent.
Yep, took me about a week, but...
Oh, I did it in one day. I was like...
I have done those in a day, but...
I wasn't feeling well, so I just was laying in bed.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. Those were the wintry days on my exercise bike, so...
Oh my God, there's an idea. There's an idea, Peloton. Get somebody a documentary where they have to watch it for 6 hours. They will get those Ks in.
I don't think my ass can handle it.
Get the good pants and just try not to think about it.
I'm good for a little over an hour to an hour and a half. That's about my max.
Yeah, I did. I did the one ride for cancer. Don't do it. It's terrible. Well, I mean, it's good for
cancer's
cancer.
terrible. Yes, good.
But
doing the charity cancer ride is good. Yeah.
It harms your undercarriage in a way that's very hard to get over. Even with good pants.
The basic plot of I Bury the Dead.
It's actually I Bury the Living. That's one for Jason.
There's this small business. The owners take rotating turns running the graveyard.
Yeah.
Rotating position. It's a very strange idea, but it's just like, well, it's your turn.
Conceptually, it's about this business who had established this graveyard, I think, when the town was first established, and they look at it as like a term of service.
Yeah. And they run a big department store. For all of you guys out there, department stores were pre-malls. So basically you'd have, think like a Walmart or a Sears. Oh, wait, Sears is gone. But a big store that handled
Costco-esque.
Yeah, because it's like you could go over there and there's your makeup section. Over there, you've got your movies and DVDs and video games. And over there, you got your clothing. And over there, you got automotives. That's a department store.
You've got first floor makeup and cosmetics, second floor menswear, third floor women's wear.
Yes, the Sears here in Canada were kind of built like that. They'd be multi-floor, sometimes 4 or 5 floors, especially the ones downtown. Yeah. So you'd have multi-floors. Then came malls. Let me tell you about malls.
Yes. So malls were like a department store, but imagine a department store had many baby department stores.
Yeah. They have walls. Between the subject matter. Yeah.
And the duplicates aren't near each other.
That's right. There's women's wear and lingerie and your video game store and your bookstore and your, that was what malls were.
Yes.
Now we realize that you all use Amazon and Temu.
Yes.
And AliExpress or whatever garbage site you're using.
Yeah. Although I will brave Chinook Mall every once in a while just because I miss malls.
Yeah. That is probably still our most popular mall here.
Yeah. And South Center. South Center is pretty good. They have a Crate and Barrel.
Is the Disney store still there?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, that's what I liked about South Center. They had the Disney store.
They have a really good store. They're not even paying me to promote this. It's called Mind Games in South Center. They have puzzles. They have all sorts of games. They have figurines. It's a very fun store. They have a really good selection of puzzles. Get on it. And a really good section of games. Get on it.
Yeah. Discovery Hut's like that too.
Yeah. Mind Games is local though. Just saying.
That's true. Yes. Yeah, Discovery Hut is a chain.
Okay.
Okay, so now that we've given you the history of shopping.
Yeah.
So this department store conglomerate or just group of gentlemen that own this department store also own a graveyard. It's a family-owned business, or at least family and friends. And yeah, they all take turns being CEOs of this graveyard. And yeah, it's now Robert Kraft's turn, played by Richard Boone. And they've also have a groundskeeper who's getting up there in age, and they want to give him a nice send-off, a nice sweet package. And they've kind of put him in charge of finding his own replacement.
Yeah.
Which is a bad look.
But I mean, they have told him that it's like, then you draw your pension. Yeah. And he's like, well, I mean, doing nothing. Yeah, no, it's your same paycheck.
Yeah.
Just you don't show up.
Yeah. This is for your terms of long years of service.
Yeah. Seems like a good deal.
So there's that subplot, and the other plot is, it's a business of selling plots, right? So sometimes you are selling plots to the living. They prep for their own futures, hopefully a long, long way down the road. My folks did that.
Oh, you can do that.
I technically have a plot myself that we were good for. I think it was good for like 2 caskets.
Yeah.
Or 6 urns or something like that. You could put urns on top of caskets. So like that's the kind of how the plot is. Poor people plot.
Yeah.
So I think the only thing that isn't paid for is my headstone.
Yeah. And you don't want to get that done too early.
No. My dad's is up. He's still alive. It just doesn't have an end date.
What did he put on it?
It's his name is there next to my mom's.
But no like quote? Like,
no.
You're standing on my balls?
No. It's a shared plot with my mom.
You're standing on my balls.
Fair.
They're in her purse. It's fine.
I know plenty of living people that have that too. So yeah, it's a bit creepy, but yeah, it takes a lot of burden off of the living as well, right?
Having planned a funeral, it does, everybody.
Yeah.
It really does, because you're trying to meander through all these things that have to be done.
Yeah. Yeah. When my mom passed, it was all done. The only thing, there was inflation. We basically had to pay for like the portions, the inflation when she paid for it. Don't cover now, right? Oh. So it still cost us a little bit of money, but not near what you'd think it would, right?
And they sell those saying that you have to worry about inflation. So now I'm worried.
I think at least that's the way, the gist of it. That's kind of what I got.
Yeah.
Like, well, if it's paid for, then why are you charging me?
Right? Well, that's what they sell it on. They sell like, well, if you lock in now, inflation won't get you. Sounds like it still will. It
probably maybe has something to do with the value of the land itself. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
But that might play into some of what I've got going on in a remake of this. So what's going on is they basically, because this is the 50s, no computers, whatever, they have a board. Basically, the plots that are filled with dead people are black.
Yes.
And the plots that are owned by living people are white.
Yes.
Sometimes pins can get confused.
Yes.
By accident or on purpose, who knows? And that is the Twilight Zone aspect of this film.
Yes.
Is the guy comes in, he's been told what the pins do, he plops one in with the Drexels, and next day they turn up dead.
Yeah. Like he's just said, put in the pins because the Drexels got for a wedding gift. Plots.
Yes.
I'm with the wife on this.
And they have to, it's weird. But it was something about his inheritance or whatever as well.
They had to buy their plots to get his inheritance, which is just weird.
Yeah.
And
congratulations, you're married.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to be buried together. Good luck.
Yeah.
And so he puts in pins, but he doesn't give it any thought as to the colors.
Yeah. And the poor couple didn't even get to go on their honeymoon.
I know. They didn't even get to play with the inheritance.
No. It was literally like they drove. We didn't even see them go in and sign paperwork. It was, drive in, buy your plots by driving in. It looked like they knew crap.
I think they went to the bank and signed some papers saying we bought our plots. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how any of that works.
Honestly, when you think about it, if they signed the thing, bought their plots, if they didn't get the inheritance, they're down money. They died and they're in debt. How shitty is that?
Yeah. Well, I imagine the inheritance would still go to them, but now it goes to the estate.
Yeah, true. But
so the estate pays for it. But yeah.
You died down money. That won't bother me.
So yeah, you only hear about that off camera, right? Like you get the phone call, and that's generally what happens. So as this movie progresses, pins get changed, as sometimes initially are like, oh, that's weird. And then it happens again, and then it keeps happening. And then they're suddenly like, wow, this is ridiculous. The whole board's like, just change all of our plots.
Yeah.
Because we'll show you that's not true. Because
what are the odds all three of us will die tonight?
Yeah.
Under mysterious circumstances that can't be proven.
Yeah.
reasonable way to try and prove it.
Yeah, and it's driving this guy crazy, and it's harming his relationship with his girlfriend, who's barely present in the movie. That doesn't get given a lot of time.
I'd like to be her to be there more, and it's his fiancée. She just wants to go off and get married.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm killing people.
Yeah, exactly. He's psychologically, he's breaking. And they only really do that with some cheap camera effects, like, things go fluxing, the picture fluxes, and that's
focusing in on the pins.
Actually, that was really cool with the basically they have that hanging light. So he bumped it, and then the camera moves in, and as the light's swaying back and forth, it's making the shadow on the pins sway. I thought that was
brilliant.
It's just easy trick to do, but boy, it actually looks really good.
It felt like hypnosis, like, whoa. Because, I mean, you look at the way that the cemetery is laid out. Yeah. It forms this weird Picasso-esque face. Yeah. And it's just strange. Like, it looks like it's looking at you.
Yeah. That's going to be some of the trickier things about this is, obviously, if we're modernizing it, we can't do the pin trick.
See, I had the pin trick. Okay, we can do something else.
Well, we'll see. We'll talk about that.
Although people still like pins.
Do they? I don't know.
When you travel places, you get a map and you put where you pin.
Oh, you can also get an app for that. So, with that said, let's go to the trailer because I have nothing else to segue from. Here is the trailer for I Bury the Living from 1958.
Science has learned that all people possess mental powers which pass the boundaries of the natural. This is the story of a man confronted by such strange forces within himself. At this moment, he is looking at a thing of evil, a thing that takes possession of the mind and compels it to kill.
I destroyed them. Something in me killed them.
Seven pins went in. And the 7 people died, not 1, 7. Who put in those pins? You did, all 7. Maps and pins can't kill alone. The power of a human brain has to be behind them.
You're right. We are so lucky. So lucky to be alive.
A terror in the hellish unknown, seeking warm, living flesh to drag down into the bowels of the earth.
That was the trailer for I Bury the Living from 1958, produced and directed by Albert Band. If that name is familiar. Yes.
Charles Band?
That is the father of Charles Band.
I thought that.
Yeah, and he was also a producer on a lot of Charles's movies before he passed away. In fact, I looked him up on IMDb, and he had a producer credit coming up even though he's been dead for 20 years.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I don't know if that had to do with an idea that maybe it was his or whatever, but yeah.
Talk about a legacy.
Well, I will say something. Charles, maybe look at your dad's stuff because this was a very good movie. Nary a puppet in sight.
Yes. It will be good. You can do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his first really good movie with puppets was Dolls. But
yes,
that was before Puppet Master. And he did do Tourist Trap.
Yes.
That was also very good.
Very good. To be fair, Dolls is enjoyable because let's face it, who hasn't been afraid of a doll in their life?
Yes. Over-reliance on it.
Yes.
This is such a simple, easy to do premise, and it was very well executed. And I think I would like to see something a little bit more like that coming out of Full Moon myself.
Yes. Get some more unraveling.
Yes. But I also kind of like the comic book nature of what Full Moon does with their little micro universe there. not everything, obviously, but even Ginger Dead Man, and they do some really strange stuff over there.
I have watched Ginger Dead Man. It's very funny when you have a cold and you're on medication. Just saying.
The story screenplay is also, and the movie was also produced by Louis Garfinkel. Everybody wears a lot of hats on this one. Mm-hmm. And he wrote A Minute to Play, A Second to Die, and he actually did the story for Deer Hunter as well.
Wow.
Actually, I didn't. Albert Band was instrumental in a lot of movies like Ghoulies 2, Dr. Mordred. He directed Prehysteria 1 and 2, and Robot Wars. So he did a lot of the Full Moon stuff with his son. This stars Richard Boone as Robert Kraft, and he was probably best known as Paladin in Have Gun Will Travel, which was a Western I really liked when I was a kid. I mean, it was long off the air by then. It was obviously in the early days of syndication, but it was one of the few Westerns I really liked.
Well, it wasn't it one of those ones where it was like during like the high moment of Westerns in cinema?
Cinema Westerns were a big deal. And when you're getting television going, you're going to play off of what is working, right? Yeah. At least back then, the early days of television, for sure. He was also in The Shootist, another big one.
Nice.
And we talked about him in episode 49. He was actually in the original Ocean's 11.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Theodore Bickle was Andy McKee, and he was in My Fair Lady and The African Queen.
Wow.
Peggy Maurer is Anne Craig, the fiancée to Robert Kraft, and she's mainly did various television shows, bounced around, and she was an adult Wendy Darling in a Peter Pan television film.
Sweet.
Yeah, I can see it. You know, you see her, she's kind of got that pixie look.
She's got that incredible look. When she had her hair back, I didn't recognize her at once. I'm like, who's he kissing that strange woman in the back of the cop car? And I'm like, oh, wait, that's her.
Robert's getting around. Bob.
Right?
Bob.
Bob.
Howard Smith is George Kraft, and it took me a long time to realize this is the uncle. I was trying to figure out what their relationship was, and then they finally say, oh, my uncle.
Yeah.
And he was in The Street with No Name and Death of a Salesman.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, some big stuff. Herbert Anderson is Jess Jessup. Yeah, they actually named the character
reporter.
Jess Jessup. Yeah, he is a reporter. He was in Battleground and The Setup. And Robert Osterloh is Lieutenant Claiborne, who kind of gets pulled in to what he thinks is a ridiculous case. But he does eventually take Robert seriously.
Well, yeah. I mean, that many deaths show up. It's not a big town, I'm guessing. So when that many people die... Yeah, I'm sorry. Homicide's going to have to take a look. Yeah. And we may have talked about him a couple of times in close succession, actually. Episode 284, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Oh, my.
And episode 286, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh, that's why he looked familiar.
Yeah. There are several uncredited parts in this movie because 50s.
Yep.
Russ Bender is Henry Trowbridge, and that's one of the partners in the department store.
Oh, wait, is it? I thought he was the guy that he was trying to just randomly do, and he died.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was the random.
Yeah.
He was the random. He was in, this is a great title, The Navy versus the Night Monsters.
Nice.
And Invasion of the Hell Creatures.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
It does, doesn't it? That's why I listed the uncredited people, because it's a small cast. They deserve their credit. Exactly. Lynette Burney is Elizabeth Drexel, and we talked about him a little bit here. She was in The Pit and the Pendulum and Night of Evil.
Oh, sweet.
And Glenn Vernon was the fiancé. They were the newlyweds that died the next day. Glenn Vernon played Stuart Drexel. He was in So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Oh, nice.
And Bedlam. Cyril Delavante is William Isham. This character I don't remember, actually.
He was another...
partner?
No, he was a random that he tried.
Oh, okay. He was in Soylent Green, and we may have talked about him in episode 151, Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Probably.
Maybe. Ken Drake is Bill Honegger. This is definitely a partner.
One of the partners, yes.
Yeah, he was best known for some TV shows, regular in Sea Hunt and Not for Hire.
Sea Hunt. Yay.
Yes, I do. I did watch Sea Hunt.
Yeah.
Matt Moore is Charles Bates. This is another partner. And he was in The Unholy Three and Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. And I think that's all I got down here.
All right.
Yeah. So that's pretty much everybody.
Nice. And what's funny is the partners show up for a scene, but they're memorable because they have lines, they're invested.
Yeah.
They come up with the idea. But what's great is he gets, with the partners, they basically use, what's the word? Not democracy. They use the way that the business works to bully him into doing what they want.
Yes. I guess it's majority rules.
Majority rules. It's like we're doing this like a board meeting. The board has made a decision. You have to do what the board says.
Go change our pins.
Yeah.
Like, this is a stupid meeting.
It is. But you know, at that point, I think they're kind of worried about the mental health of the guy who's in charge, and they kind of need that.
Now, Bob, it's real simple. We're willing to play ball with you. If you want to remain chairman of this committee, we wouldn't think of trying to dissuade you, because we have confidence in you. Full confidence.
All the confidence in the world, Bob.
Now, all we want before we break this up is a promise from you, Mr. Chairman, that before you turn in tonight, you'll go out to the cemetery. Now, let me finish. You'll go out there and change my white pen to black. And Charlie's and George's. Just as simple as that. And then go home and go right to bed.
No, sir.
You're not the committee, Bob. You're only our chairman, with the duty to carry out the will of the majority. We feel that you should do as Bill said, because it'll put an end to this business once and for all. Otherwise, we'll do the resigning right here and now.
Well, let me sleep on it. Let's all sleep on it. I don't think you people realize what might be involved here.
Motion defeated. Tonight.
Well, your devotion to the principle of majority rule moves me deeply.
And this cold graveyard, actually, that comes into play quite a bit.
Yes.
He can never get the heater working that the groundskeeper buys. And it was actually a cool looking old heater. It does the flames, and it's gas.
Turn on the gas, you put in your little match, and that's what should work.
Yeah. And it never works for him. So at one point, he's locked himself in there, and he's breaking up furniture and burning it to stay warm.
I know. He's like coughing, and I'm like, dude, you set a fire in the middle of the room.
Yeah. When you've boarded up all of
closed all the windows, closed everything.
Yeah.
Are you dumb?
Yeah.
You know what? Did you black thumbtack yourself? You might as well.
Yeah. So you could say maybe he's having a mental break, or it's because of the toxins he's releasing and breathing in.
Exactly. He was already going down.
Yeah.
Maybe the gas was already on that thing all the time.
Yeah. I mean, he's going so insane where he's starting to swap pins, and he's like, okay, if I have the power to make them dead, I have the power to bring them back.
Yes.
It was a really neat idea. And I would have kind of loved a little bit more of that, of maybe him thinking they are coming back from the dead and zombies and the whole bit.
Well, and
they still end the movie where, maybe he did, maybe he didn't.
Maybe he didn't.
Maybe he did influence all of this.
This is me and my twisted little mind. I'm like, what happens when you leave both in?
Ooh.
Are they undead?
Well, that was my thinking, was like, okay, because we do see those graves have been emptied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's like, that's what I thought. I'm like, oh, good Lord. And I thought they would just be zombies.
Yeah. But
then you find out later.
Yeah, you find out later they've been moved to a mausoleum, and then, the groundskeeper was working his ass off.
Groundskeeper is crazy.
And yes, let's get right to it. The groundskeeper was doing this because he didn't want to lose his job.
Yeah.
Suppose that. He knew everything. He knew the ins and outs of that graveyard. There was that wonderful test that the cop did. It set up. They basically set up, okay, this plot is owned by this guy, and he's vacationing in France. There's no way anything can happen to this guy. Yeah. So might as well change he's fit. Everything's good.
He's healthy in his 40s. There's nothing wrong with him. And plus they're like, you can't physically, because at a certain point he kind of thinks maybe, this guy's making it happen because he's out doing it. But he's thinking, well, what we're going to do is, like, if he's in Paris, you can't go out there and kill him and come back.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's minimal suspects here, really. You've got your groundskeeper or Kraft.
that's the thing. Yeah.
You know, you got Bob Kraft. That's it. They're the two suspects, so it's got to be one of them. So you set him up. You don't tell him. Bob's not leaving this building at all.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's going to suddenly fly to France.
Right? Yeah. All you have to do is keep him under lock and key.
Yeah.
How's he going to do a crime that far away?
Yeah. They fake the death of this guy in France that may not even exist just to flush out the killer.
Yes.
I don't know if that was the greatest plan in the world, but it comes out of nowhere and just like admits to everything.
Yeah. I mean, and well, there's
Scooby-Doo style.
Scooby-Doo style. But there's this one thing, and it has bothered me in several things I've seen where there's some murderer who manages to kill people with fear. Mm-hmm. And that never really sat right with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you have to really make sure. And honestly, you kind of have to, if you don't goose it with some sort of drugs, it's not probably going to happen. So how did he manage to do it to all these?
Yeah, they do say
guys?
he's like the paranoia was enough to give him heart attacks and whatever. I don't know about that. Yeah.
No.
I don't know about that. Still fun to watch though. I mean, it was maybe a bit far-fetched, but I quite enjoyed the film nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, my idea for it is I have kind of sort of a different range on it. It's not, I don't know if we're pitching ideas.
No, let's get into it. Let's get into it. The plot device is very simple. We've wrapped it up pretty quickly. If there's anything you want to touch on, but yeah, wonderful kind of
mental exercise is great.
Yeah, the filmmaking here is very ambitious, but some of the acting is a bit dodgy from some of the minor characters. But overall, like it's a very entertaining, short little thriller.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my idea I had, which was just kind of weird, and I did make a bunch kind of changes. I'm taking a big swing with this. Mm-hmm. I made most of the characters actually Irish because here's my thing, and it came to me. He's not so much causing the deaths, he just can predict them. Mm-hmm. Because I used to think, okay, we can cut this out if it's too weird. But when I was a little kid, I always knew when people... We cut nothing.
Except our own mistakes.
When I was little, I knew when people died. Like, I knew my grandpa died before I was told. I knew my grandma died before I was told.
I've done that in my adult life.
Yeah.
Not even that long ago.
I'm a little late in a lot of this now. I show up late to deaths, like right before, right after I've done that. And I knew like when my grandpa died, like my grandma died, my dad died. I knew the exact moment. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking maybe it's not so much that the character is causing the deaths, but they're literally just predicting it. They don't know they're predicting it. They're just predicting it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I mean, we can play that with our Boone or Robert Kraft character.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that.
Oh, yay. Okay.
I've been waiting all show to say that. We're going to put a pin in that.
You are welcome.
Now, on a modern scale, I really wanted to kind of pull on this corporate idea of a corporation buying a graveyard from a family-run business that's been going probably maybe 100 years or so.
Yeah.
A long, long time. Graveyards don't run because one person, though. We got to expand that cast. So, like, an aging, family-run graveyard that has been scooped up by a corporation who really is just thinking of it as a land grab.
Yes.
To the point where maybe it's pretty unscrupulous where they might just relocate bodies to redevelop it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and that's where...
Or relocate headstones.
That's your motivation, right? And suddenly, hey... You can suddenly have a murder mystery. This is still a murder mystery, but there aren't a whole lot of suspects here.
Yeah.
Suddenly, if you got a whole bunch of people who are being squeezed out because of an unscrupulous corporation, they have motivation. And suddenly you can go, oh, is this guy doing it? This guy doing it? Maybe it's all of them. Mm-hmm. And suddenly you've got...
Well, you don't have eyes on everyone all the time, do you?
Exactly, right? And suddenly it's like, well, how did this guy die over here and this guy die across the city? And wait a minute, that guy died in France?
Yeah.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Francois, can you go kill this dude for me?
Exactly.
Thanks, Francois.
Well, I mean, you can have it too, where it's like the corporate.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Right?
Yeah.
Where they're doing the land grab, but I mean, these people take it. I mean, there's a thing. People take it seriously. I mean,
it's a sacred duty
taking
for
care
them.
of the dead is a very sacred thing for people.
Yeah.
Like, we want to give them a good send off. We treat their bodies right. We're like we're putting them to rest. Mm-hmm. That is the duty. It's a sacred duty, and you treat it like that. So that's why the family's like, no, well, we're not going to put up with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there's some really good motivation there. And, there's never a day goes by where we don't hear about some unscrupulous billion-dollar corporation doing something shady. So
doing something terrible. I mean, this was also investigated in Poltergeist, where they just moved the gravestones, did not move the graves.
Yeah, I guess we can. Yeah, we're kind of pulling on that, but we're going much
But this
earlier.
has been happening before.
We're basically taking a portion of time that already happened in Poltergeist.
Yes,
that caused that.
Like, this didn't come from nowhere.
Yeah. Let's put this. Maybe that's the same graveyard.
Oh my God! Yes.
And this is what happened, and to these guys, during the graveyard move.
Exactly. And then at a certain part in the movie, somebody's like, "Why does this keep happening?"
It would be cool to make those little subtle nods.
You just move some gravestones, leave some graves, and people get all pissy about it. Ghosts get all mad.
Everybody gets so mad. So mad. So mad.
It's a nice resort. If I was a ghost, I would be happy. That would be their justification.
Yeah.
Sure, Aunt Cindy's under the pool, but it's under the pool.
It's still simple, but you've created a much broader murder mystery, and you can start pointing fingers, and the real thing is it probably was all of them.
Yes.
And that could be fun to deal with. Now, if you're modernizing as well, right, you might be trimming out some jobs as well. I mean, you're not going to have pins on a map. You might still have that map on a board for the guests, and you can show them the plots or whatever. But
you'd have to have something where you need to find your loved one.
Yeah. They could be just lights, colored lights. Mm-hmm. Simple as that.
Oh, the light goes dark.
Yeah. LEDs or whatever.
LEDs, and like going, we got to turn off that person's light and that person's light.
Yeah. Because it was weird that they had the map with their printed names on it. Like, well, how do you know when they're going to buy their plot? Because you never changed the map.
Oh, see, I thought they inked it on. Like, I thought they were putting the names
very
on.
Very nicely.
Yeah, I mean.
It's not by hand. It looks like typography.
McGee is a guy who's doing gravestones.
That's true. He
freehand.
He freehands the gravestones. He makes the gravestones. He digs the plots. Like, this old dude is doing a lot of heavy labor, and you're probably counting on maybe only one or two people dying at any given time.
Which I think is why the homicide guy's going, this is weird because we don't have that many people dying.
Yeah.
That's why I only need one.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking a little broader because they're probably going to be busier, and you need pretty much full-time groundskeepers. That's what they do. They're the ones that clear snow off the ground or trash or whatever. They're the ones that plant the flowers and just maintain.
Well, and they take off the dead flowers that people have left.
Yeah, and also digging the graves themselves.
You have a whatchamacallit.
Yeah, backhoe.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah. I'm doing the movement, and Jay's like, I know what you mean.
It's like, it's a duck. It looks like a duck.
It goes like this.
It's a goose. Duck, duck, goose.
And it like bites into and it's like, ooh, and there's a shovel.
Backhoe.
We're good at charades.
Perfect for podcasting. Just perfect.
I know.
I think like having that corporate idea certainly gives a motivation.
Yeah.
It does complicate how having the guys say, hey, switch our things. But that could be a case of like maybe Kraft's got some morals and he's switching these guys' things because they're embezzling or they're doing corrupt land deals. Like, you can't be moving people's graves that they've bought. No.
Or he might have seen where he's sitting there going like, oh, okay, this guy's stopping me from making sure this is okay. It could start off as a selfish thing.
Yeah, it could be.
Like,
he sees something
wish you were
happen,
dead.
and then it happens, right?
And then he thinks about it. He's like, that's just a weird coincidence. And then he starts experimenting.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to make it really strange in places where we have mental breaks. Maybe he's seeing some stuff that's some special effects stuff you can have some fun with, where maybe they're drugging his coffee when he's on site or whatever, just to drive him crazy. Because they see him as the enemy.
And like they could have the whole thing.
And they want to pin him, whatever's going on him.
They're dressed as death.
Oh, yeah.
They'll show up every once in a while, just hanging out.
Yeah.
And he could be walking with one of them. And he's like, do you see that? And the person's like, I don't see anything. But they know the person's there. Gaslighting him. Yeah.
What if we need to do something with Anne. I was going to say, what if we have her killed halfway through, but that's horrible just to have her existing.
Yeah.
That's fridging her. I don't want to do that.
No. You could have Anne. Anne is a psychologist, and Anne is thinking that he's having a break.
Yeah.
And Anne is very worried about him.
Yeah.
And at certain points, she tries to get him committed.
Oh, not the girlfriend, just the shrink. Or maybe
it could be his fiance.
Yeah.
She's that's just her job. She doesn't treat him.
Yeah.
But she's very worried.
Yeah, because it could be complicated to bring treatment into a marriage.
Yeah, But she's seen psychological breaks, and that's exactly what she thinks is happening.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that gives her something to do. And somebody off to the side who's reinforcing what these guys are doing unintentionally.
Yes. She's trying to, reason with him, but at the same time, she's like, this is not so good.
Yeah.
You got to calm down. Things are going bad. Maybe don't spend so much time at the cemetery because apparently that's making you crazy.
I mean, one of the big hooks in the original film is he does believe he has psychic powers to some extent.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not influencing the death, but he thinks he may have influenced Andy McKee to cause them.
Yeah.
And even Andy's like, huh.
Right?
You might be onto something because I never would have ever done that before.
Yeah. He hasn't done it in decades, and it's like, why now?
Yeah.
They've given him a good deal. It seems weird he would do it.
Yeah, it does seem strange. So I kind of want to keep something like that in there to a certain extent. Just is he crazy, or did he maybe have an influence there? Maybe we do have him predict a few things that are innocuous, not deaths per se, but we could have that too, as you established earlier on. Maybe he's like driving along and hits the brakes before a light goes red because he knows it's turning red, or he slams on the brakes because somebody's crossing the street illegally.
Or he slams on the brakes because somebody's going right on through.
Yeah. Yeah, just instinct, right? That can be confused for maybe he
thinks I have powers.
Yeah. And to a certain extent, maybe he does have some limited psychic ability.
Yeah.
We all have had little moments like that, right? Where you sense something. So just enough to...
But I also want just enough where there's a death and the family who's doing all this stuff, they're like, we didn't do that. Like, I want one where they're like, okay, we had no hand in that. We have no idea how that happened.
That would be cool. Just enough to go and at the end, wherever the reveals or whatever, or because we have time. With this, we have time or budget. We can actually show some of what's going on, but you handle it a little bit more like a giallo, the black gloves and that sort of thing. I kind of like that idea of just, something shady's going on. People are murdering people. But you keep one off camera.
Yeah.
And you don't know. You can see the results of it, but you don't know. And we don't show the murder. We just see the body later on. And you don't know. And
so many of them unmarked.
Yeah. And that could be one of the partners. Maybe that was one that Kraft caused.
Yeah.
That would be a good thing to build on. Because they're like, huh. We didn't have time for that one. We actually got there, but he was already dead.
Right? Like, how freaky would that be? They're like, okay, this is not okay. They're like, this is not part of the plan.
Yeah. You could even have a little bit of an end scene where maybe there is a confrontation with one of them, and Kraft just gives him a stare, and aneurysm falls down.
Oh, wait. No. No.
There should be
Before
some
they
Twilight Zone justice, right?
Before they get their sentence, he puts a pin in or whatever we're going to do there.
Yeah.
Death penalty.
I was surprised that the reveal was like, okay, well, I would assume McKee had a plot of himself in this graveyard. And had been like, I would have just wandered over the board and went.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, I would like that moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, however we do that. The lights or a computer screen or a glitchy computer screen or whatever.
Yeah. Or creating a plot.
Mm-hmm.
Creating a plot. And then black pinning it.
Yeah. Oh, that could be is like the severance package. Because if we still have like we're replacing you guys because you're old and like we're pushing you out for younger,
but we've given
staff.
you a lovely plot.
Yeah, we've given you a lovely plot. We've given you a great severance package, but the plots are important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a nice one underneath a nice tree, shade when it's super sunny, but nice when it's
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And yeah, we can do our thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Because I that's one thing I really liked about it. It had that Rod Serling Twilight Zone vibes.
It did.
Yeah.
Is it really happening? Is it not happening? Because I mean, at the end, I'm like, I still don't know.
Yeah.
Because they said
I love that
scared them to death, but I'm like,
I love that they made him think that he rose the dead and zombies were happening. Like,
right.
We never see zombies. We just find that there are a bunch of, he goes running around the graveyards and finds all these empty plots,
graves.
But they're dug out like an actual graveyard would have, like very rectangular, but they do show earlier on, like it's almost looked like it's being pushed out.
Yeah.
But they're so careful about not showing the shovel, so you're only seeing dirt being pushed.
It looked like it was rising.
It looked like it was rising. So it's a bit deceptive there. And I don't know.
I mean, if I were to do it,
but if you
take it up and you make the coffin look like it's been haphazardly opened.
But if you mix that with delusional dreaming, along with it actually happening, them digging it out, then you've got kind of like that scenario is being built, right? Yeah. Because during that time when we were seeing it, is that him dreaming of the ground being pushed up, or is it being dug up?
Right?
We don't know. Because it's a bit dubious.
I know. When it happened, I'm like, oh, well, maybe something's happening here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, did this movie just take a turn?
Like, yeah, I expected somebody to be calling, like going, he's back. Like, he's in his chair.
Yeah.
What is he doing here?
Wouldn't that be great?
Right?
Start switching lights and suddenly this dead guy's back in his easy chair.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I was fully in. And I expected that to be the outcome.
We could do that. Why not? Why wouldn't we do that?
Exactly.
Why not?
Oh, and that would be the surprise for the family.
Yeah.
They're like, oh. He actually does have a bit of power here. We did not realize.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like two things are happening.
Or maybe they're finally caught.
Yeah.
And then, the other thing is that he did actually raise the dead, and there's your Twilight Zone vengeance.
There you go.
Oh, we have some good endings.
We do. We have multiple endings.
I don't know. I can also sense a whole lot of eye rolling happening right now. It's gross.
Oh.
Have you ever heard like a million eyeballs roll back in their brain?
It's wet.
It's wet and
it's very wet.
Slimy. Can you listeners stop doing that?
Yes, please.
It's gross. We can hear you.
We're just playing.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. We're just playing. You're the one listening. We didn't pin you into a board to make you listen. I'm just saying that.
That's right. We like our idea. Okay.
We do.
Because we're both Twilight Zone fans. Classic Twilight Zone.
Oh, yeah. I have the whole series.
Yep. DVD.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No point in upgrading to Blu-ray or 4K. You're just taking away from it.
You just spend a day. Just have a day to yourself. Watch it. It's amazing.
It's so good. So good. We did that once.
Yes.
That's right. It was fun.
So good.
All right. Let's take a beat and let's come back and do some casting.
George, I put black pins in the map for the Drexel couple the day they were killed. Now, I didn't think anything of it at the time. And then I took a white pin out of the map quite at random, and I put a black pin in its place, and today I find out the old man it belonged to died during the week.
Bob, that's terrible. For heaven's sake, Bob, everybody loves a ghost story. Where's your sense of humor? You don't really believe that stuff you're telling me, do you?
No. But I still think I may be learning something about myself. Where are you going?
Oh, I think I'll just take a run out to the cemetery.
What for?
Sounds like it might be fun. After all, I've been trying to find some way to wipe out our competition for years.
Good night, George.
All right, I'm ready to cast. Are you ready to cast? I actually forgot to do the... Well, I didn't forget to do the Drexels. They were just not there long enough.
I didn't do them either.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to go first? Or want me to go first?
You go first.
I'll go first. Okay. I really like my cast and came together really quickly.
Nice.
For my Robert Kraft, I pretty much had him in mind before I ever watched the movie.
Okay.
John Hamm. So he's a little older than I think the casting in this movie, but I don't think that matters because I just made sure all of the people he worked for are even older.
He's got the same energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For his uncle, George Kraft, I went with Bryan Cranston.
Nice.
Yeah. For Andy McKee, the groundskeeper, J.K. Simmons.
Sweet. I like that.
Yeah. For Bob Kraft's fiancée, Alison Brie.
Oh, I love it.
For the reporter, friend of Bob's, Ted Raimi. Just because he looked like him.
Yep. I could see him wandering around being like, you're crazy, dude. It's fine.
Initially, I had these guys as the CEOs of the corporation. Mm-hmm. So that's the names that are beside them. But they could easily be other groundskeepers. Mm-hmm. And it's a great way to kind of shimmy people around because they're all kind of creepy. William Isham, I did as Richard Brake.
Nice.
Stephen Lang as Henry Trowbridge.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
William Sadler as Charles Bates. And Martin Cove as Bill Honegger.
There you go.
Yeah, older. So you can either have them in the groundskeepers or you can have them up there at the top of the pile because they're older and you can have them die.
You know, I didn't have any groundskeepers really on mine. So can I add David Dastmalchian as one of the family?
Oh, sure.
Thank you.
He'd be good as a Drexel.
Right?
Yeah. I like him. David Dastmalchian. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll put him in anything.
All right.
And I owe a lot of my casting to Joe Bagos, who I'm going to make the director because he used plenty of these old guys in VFW.
Yep.
He also directed Bliss, Jimmy and Stiggs, and we both watched it very recently, Christmas, Bloody Christmas, which was a very good little robot Christmas movie.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, robots gone wrong.
Yeah.
This happens so often, everybody.
It's Silent Night, Deadly Night, but with a robot.
Yes, with a very mad robot.
That's right. AI at Christmas.
Well, it's one of those things like, guys, so the military has made this robot. Let's put it around kids. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, we've repurposed all of these robots because they didn't work.
Yeah. So we're going to put them somewhere where it's just really bad if they don't work.
Yeah. Yeah. Department stores.
Yes. Filled with people and children.
Yeah.
We'll put children on the laps of these robots. How fun.
Yeah. You'd at least think they'd be like the animatronics at Disneyland or something.
Right?
But no, they got them and shipped them to department stores.
Why don't you just put them in the NICU?
Toy stores.
Be like, okay, yeah, these killer robots are now in the NICU.
Yeah.
At the hospital. These babies might die. They will certainly die with these robots.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's my cast. It was small in the movie. I kept it small here.
Me
but
too.
I think my cast is kind of versatile. We can kind of shift them around and move them around however you like.
Nice. So, okay, well, mine, I went a little bit different. I was thinking like she was an inadvertent banshee who knew what she was just predicting deaths. So I changed Bob Kraft to Lindsay O'Keefe.
Sure, I actually thought about making the lead female as well.
Yeah, Saoirse Ronan.
No, I like that, yeah.
It's very good. McKee, you'll like this. Alan Tudyk.
Okay, yeah.
Because I thought he could also bring some
humor and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can be good creepy.
Good creepy and Scottish groundskeeper. He can do it all, everybody.
He can do accents.
He can do accents.
Yeah. That's 2 weeks in a row we've used Alan.
I know. We love you, Alan. And Craig, I went with Jack Haven. Jack Haven was on Atypical and the very wonderful non-binary actor. Clayburn, I went with Uzo Aduba because she was in The Residence as an investigator.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I would put this in this universe and it would be very fun.
Yeah.
Jess Jessup, I put the reporter in because I thought adding the reporter being like just this sounding board was actually, I like those moments.
I did too.
The reporter's there being like, you know what?
It felt weird. He didn't really feel like he had any purpose other than just being a buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like having him have friends makes sense when they're like worried about him.
Yeah. And that's also somebody like a reporter has reach.
Yeah.
He has reached to the police. He has reached all sorts of venues. And yeah, it's somebody that Anne can use as a sounding board as well.
Exactly. And also a reporter is like going, yeah, this is weird. This has never happened before.
Yeah. And in fact, you can have him investigate because the police don't want to investigate.
There you go.
Yeah.
Jess Jessup is Aubrey Plaza.
I like that.
She's very good. And then George O'Keefe, I kept it a Damian Lewis.
Oh.
I was trying to get redheaded Irish actors.
I love Damian Lewis.
He's so good.
He actually covers his accent up so well, you kind of forget that.
He was on Band of Brothers, and they were asking where he was from in the States because they didn't believe he was British.
Yeah, no, he's so good at covering up his accent.
He's so good.
Yeah.
And my director went with Anna Lily Amirpour. I know I use her a lot, but I had like a visual, like the visuals of this made me think it should be kind of a little bit stylized. And like you say, if it's Giallo and all that.
Oh, Love Witch, right?
No, it was the girl who goes home alone at night, the Bad Batch.
Yeah, okay.
Like she can do a dream sequence and surrealist.
Yeah, I like
what you need.
I can't remember the director for The Love Witch.
The director of The Love Witch is Anna Biller.
Yeah, she's got such a wonderful visual style that adding a 60s flair to a modern movie would be kind of fun in this scenario.
I think it, you know what? Yeah. You know what? We'll find out her name, Sonia.
She's already on it, I'm sure.
Cool.
She's probably already said it.
She's probably just repeated herself a number of times. I'm so sorry. I don't listen all the time. I don't have my hearing aids in, Sonia.
That's right.
It's fine. You didn't hear me for 10 years. Why start now?
IMDb gives it a fairly decent rating, 6.3 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what the budget was because
1958.
Significantly low. And yes, 1958, they just don't have records. Maybe we can ask Charles Band.
And it's also because in that area, isn't it also like the studios were just churning out movies?
Sure.
So it's like it's part of the whole financial outcome of a studio. So you don't know which
Oh, yeah.
was
This
spent.
was a low budget B movie. It would have been probably a part of a triple bill at a drive-in.
Right?
Like,
they budgeted it with several other things.
Sure, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, these were just working actors, right? That's why a lot of them are uncredited. You show up here today.
Yeah, you're under contract. Come here, do this.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just kind of how it worked back then.
Mm-hmm.
Rotten Tomatoes, what do you think?
Rotten Tomatoes.
So we're going to do critics first and then the audience.
And they have okay, yeah. Because this one is like, so to me, it was quite obscure. So to have enough to have a rating.
It does. It has ratings for both.
Wow. Okay. Critics, I'm going to put it at 67.
Mm-hmm.
And for audience, I'll do 67 again.
Okay. Not too far off. It was actually 64%, which is really right in line with IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
It's unusual. And only 50% audience score, so they were a bit split on this one down the middle. But I can see where a modern audience, like especially younger users on Rotten Tomatoes that probably don't appreciate older films.
They aren't Twilight Zone like us.
Yes. We are that generation. We have a nice middle ground being 70s, 80s kids, right? Yeah. We were exposed to a lot of older stuff growing up as well as whatever was happening at the time. So we've got like this broad range of stuff because everything from the 50s and 60s was in
it was
syndication.
On TV.
Yeah.
It was on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, kids. Twilight Zone is, do you know Black Mirror?
Yes.
Twilight Zone is Black Mirror, but without all the technology.
That's right.
And more aliens.
But lower budget.
And lower budget.
Yeah. But you think about a lot of the films that were based off of Twilight Zone episodes. I mean, the Twilight Zone movie notwithstanding, but was it called The Button?
Yes.
You just press a button and somebody randomly dies?
Yeah, someone you don't... Here's how it is actually stated. You press the button, you get $1 million, and someone you don't know dies.
Yeah.
And it's been out for... Even the remake in the 80s has been out for like 40 years. Yeah. So I don't care. If you don't want to know, spoilers coming up. At the very end of the episode, the guy who brings the button is like going, no, I'm just going to take the button back, and I'm going to give it to somebody that you don't know. And that's how it works.
That's how it works.
The film is not called The Button. The correct title is The Box, made by director Richard Kelly in 2009, based on the short story written by Richard Matheson titled Button Button and was adapted for The Twilight Zone in 1986.
Yeah, I remember seeing that movie. Was that...
That was Cameron Diaz. It's not good.
That's right. I thought it was okay at the time. That was the Donnie Darko guy.
Yeah, but it's not... The whole thing about it is like I've watched the TV episodes and it's better suited as a very tight, short thing.
Yeah.
Like, to expand it is not as awesome.
Like, have they done something that, like the gremlin on the plane as a whole thing?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know.
They've never expanded it because it doesn't, if you expand it anymore, it loses its momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and that's kind of how I felt about that Dracula movie that was just on the ship recently.
The Last Voyage of the Demeter by director Andrei Ovredal.
Terrible. Because it was like a moment that you didn't need to tell. It was just aliens on a boat.
No. Like, the only thing I can say is, like, look, if you're going to do Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, i.e. a side quest that's happening off screen, make sure it has enough meat on the bone to actually do something with it.
Yeah. I mean, the Twilight Zone episodes are great inspiration for expansion, but most of them don't require it. But there are plenty of movies that wouldn't exist without it.
Absolutely.
That don't remake an episode, but are certainly inspired by the concept.
I'm going to leave this with our audience. It's a cookbook. You'll find out.
It's okay. I don't know what she's doing either.
I will tell Jay after this, and then he'll be like, yeah, and then you'll find out. Investigate, everybody. I did this once at a store where they had like a still from it. They were selling, it was like a collectible store.
I remember the Simpsons episode.
Yeah. There was a still, and I just go in there and I said to the person, it's a cookbook. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, from that Twilight Zone. These are the people who work there that are selling it. And I had to explain it to them.
I understand.
I know.
No. Jason does not understand. What Trish is referring to is the classic 1962 Twilight Zone episode To Serve Man, where 9-foot aliens, Canamites, visit Earth, promising peace and sharing advanced technology. A translator discovers the aliens' book is actually a cookbook for preparing humans, leading to the famous closing line, "It's a cookbook," as protagonist Michael Chambers is taken away.
These are my comic books.
That's right. She's got her nerdy thing. I got mine.
Yeah.
Well, any last thoughts about I Bury the Living? And so far I've not called it I Bury the Dead, so I'm pretty happy
You did
about
so
that.
good.
No. Jason did call the film I Bury the Dead at least once. Patricia's praise is undeserved and unproductive.
I've already done it twice in my head. And also when you were going to the trailer, I was like, no, stop it. I Bury the Dead. You want to know why we say it, everybody? Is because that's what you should be doing.
Yes. Don't be buried in the living. It is a weird title because, I mean, it doesn't really reflect the story. Like, it sounds like one of those bury people alive scenarios.
It sounds like Vincent Price is in it.
Like, was it The Vanishing?
Yeah, The Vanishing. Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, we covered that one.
We covered that one. Talk about a gut punch.
Invasion of the Remake covered The Vanishing in episode 146.
but it sounds like a Vincent Price thing, a Hammer film where he's burying the living for some other purpose, some nefarious pit in the pendulum type of deal.
I like how it feels a little bit more like a metaphor.
It does. It does. Yeah, but it's so wild. That's why I say, like, the title doesn't tell you anything really about what the film is.
Mm-mm.
It was a complete surprise. I let it be a complete surprise, and I was very happy to do that.
Yeah, I'd only seen the trailer. At some point, I probably saw all this stuff, wrote it down, and then promptly forgot about it.
That's okay. That's when these little nuggets come bubbling up.
Yeah, so this was a good one. It was a nice discovery, so hopefully I'll find more like this down the road, but...
There's so many, you know what? This is what I love about like what we do here. What we find, there are these little nuggets that we're like, holy crap, I did not know about this. And now I'm glad I did. And I'm like, there's so much possibility with this thing and nobody knows about it.
These like low budget B-50s movies, 40s, like there's so many of them, right?
Yeah.
And nobody knows they exist anymore.
Yeah. Come on, guys. They're so, you just keep remaking the same stuff we already know about. This is something nobody does.
Yes. It's perfect.
Tiny little treasures.
It's got a great title.
Yes. Please. Come searching with us.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like panning for gold.
Yeah, these are some of my favorites where it's like you find this obscure old movie or some cheesy movie and you can kind of recreate it with broad ideas.
Yeah. And you're like, but somebody way back when wrote this script and you're like, well, you had this brilliant idea and nobody gave it the chance.
That's right. Well, we're giving it a chance. Mm-hmm. And if you got more suggestions like this, email us.
Yes.
invasionoftheremake@gmail.com. You can send us your suggestions, your corrections, your comments, or whatever. Yeah. We'll read them. And if we like the idea, we will make it into an episode eventually. We make less episodes than we used to, but we can try to fit it in, especially if we get really excited about it. We'll fit it in really quickly. So
yes.
Yeah, if we're really, really excited about it, we'll make it happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be going to Calgary Expo here pretty soon. Yes. So I don't know what that is going to bring to us because we didn't have much luck on celebrities last year, but
we still play on the floor.
Yeah, we still play on the floor. So you might get some more comic book goodness in a future episode here. Yes. Yeah, after this episode, we are going to start prepping for that.
We're going in.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited to go back to that show.
Yes, I've got my comfy shoes ready.
Yeah, maybe come out with a few more sketches.
Yes.
Getting my book signed and, some of the geeky stuff we like to do while we're doing interviews and stuff.
There's so many treasures.
Yeah. Oh. So if you're a comic book fan, we'll definitely have some coverage there because I get free reign in that room. Yep. And we'll see what else we can do. And we might visit Zoltar again because the fortune telling was fun.
I had so much fun. It was creepy how accurate some of it was.
This machine AI is telling your future.
It is.
Early AI.
Yeah, Zoltar, like what is this Zoltar, like was this future AI? Oh my god, did somebody time travel back in time to make a Zoltar with AI?
Yeah. Print out these creepy little fortunes.
Exactly.
Somewhere I got a pile of those little cards from last year.
I gotta use the lottery numbers on them. I've never done that.
No. I'm wondering where they get printed because it's like they seem to always have them.
I don't know.
So yeah, or we'll make another great little variety special for you. But you'll might have another episode before that gets out. I'm not sure. That could be the next one though. By the time you hear this, so
we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but either way, we'll see you in 2 weeks. But before we do that, give us a 5-star rating and a short review over on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts because it helps get more
earballs
on the show. Also, follow us on our social media at Invasion Remake on X and Blue Sky and Invasion of the Remake pretty much everywhere else, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, etc.
Yes.
Visit our website, invasionoftheremake.wixsite.com/podcast. And over there, you'll find our archives of all of our episodes, 31 Days of Horror. And of course, there is a button that'll take you to our store.
The button.
The button. It won't randomly kill somebody that I'm aware of, but
No.
if it's randomly somebody I don't know, then I'm not aware of it. But
And you won't get $1 million, but you can get something else.
you can get a t-shirt, you can get a hoodie, you can get a tank top, you can get hats and stickers and mugs and all sorts of cool stuff with well over 100 designs to choose from. So why don't you do that? It helps keep this show free for you and, support our sponsors as well. Just listen to the ads helps us as well. And you may have noticed another episode will drop with our regular episode. It's a suggestion from Podroll. If you listen to those, that also gives us a little something. And maybe you'll find another show you like, but if not, you don't have to listen to that one. It's just something free we're giving you as an extra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These are suggestions.
Yeah. If you don't want to listen to that little free extra, that's fine. But listen to us because we love having you. All right. I think that's it. We'll catch you. I think next time we'll be at Expo. But until then, I've been Jason.
And I continue to be Trish.
And I'm the ship's sentient onboard neural interface assistant, Sonia.
And we are out of here.
This is the cemetery, that's right.
This is Rosamund Middle.
Rosamund, I don't... Yes?
Can't you hear me? This is Rosamund Middle. Jay's wife.
Rosamund, yes.
Just received a cable, Bob. Can't you hear me?
He just received a cable from Paris, France.
That's right. I'll read it again.
Regret, Jacob W. Middle died in Hotel Royale. Body awaits disposition. Signed American Embassy, Paris, France.
He died there.
Died in Paris, France. Died. Jacob W. Middle.
Impossible. Impossible, he cannot be dead. What? What? You still think that thing's the killer? Or your own puny power, Mr. Chairman? The only power you or that map ever had was me, so far as killing goes. You marked them for death, Mr. Chairman, but who did the deed? Andrew McKee.
Oh, Andy. Why?
You and your high and mighty committee, turning out a man with 40 years of service on the grounds. 40 years.
I told you, Andy, a full pension.
It isn't cash what keeps a man going, lad. What keeps his feet on the ground and keeps him on the job till the Lord makes him quit. The Lord, but nobody else. This is my hills, my lands, my activities. Aye. We come a long, dark road to put this gun to your head, Bob.
Andy, we never tried to take anything away from you.
Aye. I made sure of that. I snuck up on each one of them in turn when they was alone and held them fast like so until they went. Aye, even big old George, your uncle, left as easy as a baby.
Middle. That doesn't explain what happened to Middle. Middle's dead.
Will you stop that confounded talk, man? That map's not but to do that. You fool. There is nothing to fear here.